Elon Musk has drawn a line in the sand, sending a clear and unmistakable message to Bill Gates on Tuesday. In the latest verbal fight, Musk warned that unless he ceases shorting Tesla, he will be obliterated. With these words, Musk prepares a known big stake in the future of both tech kings, two powerful and outstanding innovators who strive for domination over the future. As the battle unfolds, it raises critical questions. So now that this battle has begun, what does this do for the future of Tesla, the electric car giant, and the greater tech industry? Gates disregards Musk's intent, or is he setting a course with one of the biggest fighting spirits of the present century? Let us dive into this. Today, people know Elon Musk and Bill Gates, as these are worthy representatives of the highest level of technological development and potential. Elon Musk, the founder and CEO of Tesla Motors and SpaceX, is an energetic leader with dreams that are as big as the universe and the future of automobile commerce. His wealth is directly linked to the fluctuating stock value of Tesla. On the other hand, if we talk about Bill Gates, he has been equally wealthy courtesy of his position at Microsoft, a company that has defined personal computing for a long time. His net worth, while a bit higher though, fluctuates somewhat less than Musk's, which keeps him solid. They become legal business celebrities, both of whom have run into several legal issues despite their vast financial means. Musk's rather aggressive and unorthodox personality has been seen on the wrong side of regulators. Starting from his tweet about going short of Tesla to taking it private, also the then constant battles over production deadlines and the stock price forecast. It is important to note that Gates' legal issues, which have not been recently quite as frequent, were quite a component of his younger years. The legal affair became a significant event in Gates' life and exercised considerable influence on his thinking and business strategies regarding competition. These legal issues have played an important role in the formation of Musk's and Gates's public images of an audacious outsider keen on disrupting industries, and a business-minded yet sometime controversial mastermind, respectively. Musk and Gates both are overachievers in the field of technology and innovation. However, their dreams for the world's future are opposite. For Musk, it is crucial to achieve nearly an obsession, the kind of innovation and market solutions that can be created. Musk's vision is expansive and futuristic. Gates, on the other hand, has devoted much of his attention since leaving Microsoft to philanthropy and the addressing of some of the world's biggest challenges. Gates's vision is a lot more connected with real-world problems, and he wants to apply his money to the areas that impact millions of individuals. These different viewpoints are a sign of totally different philosophies. It is important to note that the struggle between Musk and Gates did not begin yesterday. It has been simmering for years as a result of their difference in stance and style, as well as work experience in business and philanthropy. The immediate trigger for their rivalry was Gates' decision to bet against Tesla, which Musk perceived as a threat against him and his vision. Short selling is definitely on the center stage in the stock market business, where people take loans of shares in a business and sell them in the market, with the intended aim of repurchasing them at a cheaper price for purposes of making profits. This practice is much more than a financial strategy for Musk, whose company has been harassed by short sellers, including Zaman Sky. It is a question of the future of Tesla and everything it represents. Among those short positions, Musk was unhappy with Gates for a short selling against Tesla. Tesla is not any other regular company. It is an embodiment of the great plan that Musk has for the future of the Earth. The vision of the company is growing the world's use of sustainable energy, and the firm has continued to make impressive progress in this area. But Gates was probably quite rational when it came to shorting Tesla, as the choice of stock was motivated strictly by financial metrics, not his rivalry. He felt that the demand for electric cars was actually growing much faster than the supply, and therefore he expected that the market would correct itself. He saw this as a chance for big money making apart from charity, which he was already doing in a big way. But for Musk, it was keenly a very personal matter. He must have considered it a betrayal, especially from someone who goes around advocating for the combating of climate change. How could Gates, a man who has advocated for the fight against global warming, bet against a company that is most proactive in dealing with the hazard? And now the turning point arrives. The conflict between Musk and Gates escalated in March 2022, when the two engaged in a face-to-face confrontation at Tesla's Gigafactory. It was scheduled as a discussion of philanthropy, which soon became an argument. In direct challenge, Musk was never afraid to a straight question. He questioned Gates, pointing the blank about his short position against Tesla. In response to this, Gates, who appeared to have been cornered, said that the short had indeed been said but sought to play it down. He makes Musk understand that his investment activities are different from his charitable ones, and he will remain an ally in combating climate change. But wait, as always, Musk was not convinced. For him, the short was much more than a symbol. It was a financial operation. It was a clear attack against all that he had strived to accomplish. The overall climate of the meeting is aggressive, and the conversation concludes with Musk's unbearable attitude, and Gates trying to appease him, but the damage was done. Musk had almost completely lost respect for Gates, and what had so far been a tense rivalry was now erupted to the next level. Musk is not shy of expressing his opinions on matters that he feels should or could be changed. In the days following the meeting with Gates, he took to Twitter to air his grievances. His tweets became specific and aggressive. He ratted about Gates's hypocrisy and his actions of misleading the public about Tesla and its projects. And obviously, in continuation to that, Musk's followers, which include many self-proclaimed loyalists of Musk and his ideas, backed him up by joining in on how he was bashing Gates. With all this, Gates was compelled to respond to the statements given by this man. So in interviews and public statements, he again tried to define the truth, saying that he supports efforts meant to combat climate change, while at the same time, the short position he has in the stocks is in no way related to his philanthropic activities. But the damage to his reputation was already done. And these accusations made by Musk created an impression among the public, and the latter started to notice it. This became a part of the public conflict within the technological sphere, as Musk and Gates are associated with the two opposing views on business and management, as well as their impact on society. But towering over, this is personal for Musk, and his stakes are immensely high in this rivalry. The company is more than just a business for him. Gates' short selling was not just an investment, it was more of a dare against everything that Tesla represents. The company has its fair share of problems, ranging from the production and manufacturing of cars to regulatory frameworks, right down to criticism from investors and the media. The issue that has proven to be more long-standing is the recent rush of short sellers. The thing is, short sellers can even bring deep changes in the stock of a certain firm and the firm's image in the eyes of the public. In betting against the company, the same way Gates bet, he was not just signaling to the market that he did not believe in this car manufacturer's future, but providing the market pressure it needs. Elon Musk, who has bled for Tesla in the initial phases of the microbuck, reacted to this personally. On the other hand, Gates considered possessing a short position as a smart move financially. He thought that the electric vehicle market was overbought and was a bubble that was going to burst. What is more, he believed that short selling of Tesla was a rational business decision and not a part of his activism against climate change. But for the public, the message was not good. Shorting in Gates was considered to be in contrast with the stand he has taken in the fight against climate change, to some extent leading to the formulation of an unclear intention. Was he serious about global warming, or he was just greedy for gaining something, maybe at the same time offending the company that is greatly involved in the production of energy from sustainable sources? Musk and Gates' rivalry has had its ill effects. Exhibited below is how the numbers of Musk's all over lies ahead regarding net worth, while Gates is left fending off a severely declined one. This battle of the two tycoons has only escalated. It has also touched on the effects on their companies as well as charitable organizations, which are negligible. Tesla is still being dominated by this calamity, together with market forces as well as the present pressure from short sellers. Gates Foundation has lately been accused of not supporting climate change, not only in voice but also in actions, and the short position means that Gates does not support climate change either. The fight has also assisted the consumers to be inquisitive about other hardships that the two men have to face. In the same regard, the expectations, which are connected with the implementation of vigorous and grand patterns of strategy, are rather high concerning Musk. This is important not only for the growth of the person who owns the car but actual for the perspective that Elon Musk has for the further life on Earth. Anything that threatens that success, short selling or competitors, threatens his valuation. Yet, for Gates, the challenge is somewhat different and it includes the following. A claim is made that his philanthropic work is responding to some of the needs of the world, but here it is quite easy to note the PR agenda. The short position on Tesla stock has placed some men on the spot and some people have questioned his motivation for giving such a huge chunk of his wealth to charity. It is not just money or business strategies as it pertains to the war between Musk and Gates but more so opposing ideologies. These conflicting philosophies explain their different mode of conducting business as well as their approach to charity, which is the basis of the conflict. Musk looks at Gates' short position as a form of betrayal, as something that shows Gates does not support the mission that Tesla is trying to accomplish or the necessity to shift the world to sustainable energy. So, the overall confrontation between Musk and Gates can be viewed as an institutional conflict with significant consequences not only for the tech sector but for the billionaire's role in technology design. It brings out several questions on the role of the elites with vast resources and authority along with the differences that cloud significant issues for the world. Thus, the conflict strikingly illustrates the future of the tech industry as the struggle between invention and control and between dreams and implementation. It becomes apparent that Musk's use of social media to mobilize support and influence the perception of a battle with Gates is a true reflection of the value of public relations in the contemporary world. However, I believe the conflict probably strikes at the heart of the matter as much as one can ever hope to get it, the internal struggle between the pursuit of power and self-interest, in a world that is and always has been so rife with injustice and decay. Despite the fact that Musk and Gates are rather successful persons, they also have been criticized for their actions and behaviors. Their conflict is one of the best reminders that even those who excel in their careers face the same pressure and stress of contemporary society. Thus, the fight goes on between Musk and Gates, and the entire technical community anxiously expects outcomes. Is Gates going to alter a short-term stance on the conflict with Woods or will he prolong the conflict by taking a longer stance? What would you expect Musk to do with Gates continuing the same? But what can be expected from such hostile relations in their own companies, and in the whole sphere of IT? These questions remain unanswered, but one thing is clear, they are still escalating their confrontation. Suddenly, many things are always at risk regardless of the conflict in the consideration the results of this specific animosity may be terrible for both Tesla and Gates as well as his charitable philanthropic initiatives. It is not bluffs by Musk that Gates would be obliterated if he ceases shorting Tesla, but a war cry for the side of Tesla and its purpose. This, to Musk, is far more than increasing or decreasing a company's fame, it is about maintaining a future that he has something to do with. Thus, the challenge for Gates is different, which means that he has to endure the slam that accompanies his bet for the short position in the healthcare and insurance industry and equally have to push for the greater mission of enhancing health and standards across the globe and battling climate change as well. Thus, the elements of the drama build up and the concern for the two male characters is enhanced and people across the globe wait for the further progression of this drama. As we look to the future, one question remains: what will Musk do to retaliate against Gates if the short position progresses with which he is affiliated? This high-stakes showdown is anything but finished, and the tech community will be riveted. What do you think? In what manner will this rivalry between two of the planet's most influential males take place? Will Gates back down or will Musk force the confrontation that is fast becoming the tech world's showdown? Inform us about your opinion and participate in the discussion on this big battle of the giants.